Hello guys, how are you doing? Good morning or good afternoon or good evening. Welcome to the Unit 2 first class of Cultural and Nature Tourism Services. Let's go guys. Well, as I said, this is the first class of the unit number 1. Unit number 1 is theme parks. In fact, you can see the slides in the classroom platform. Okay, but first we need to understand some concepts, right? To know what exactly a theme park is. Let's go. An amusement park is a park that features various attractions such as rides and games, as well as other events for entertainment purposes. A theme park is a type of amusement park that bases its structures and attractions around a central theme, often featuring multiple areas with different themes. Unlike temporary and mobile fun fairs and carnivals, amusement parks are stationary and built for long-lasting operation. Well, now that we know what a theme park is, right, we need to understand the importance of a theme park. Why is a theme park important? In a theme park, we can find rides, we can find shows, we can find performances, we can find many services at the same time. Some of them have restaurants inside, and some of them have hotels inside. That's why a theme park it is very important. Well, they are very important because they fulfill many necessities, right? A theme park it is important because it is a tourist attraction itself, or it complements a tourist destination, right? Imagine the impact that a theme park has. For example, in a place like Costa Rica, like Papantla, like Gutierrez Zamora, right? Or any other place, okay? Theme park, right? It is a service. Well, there are many services related to it, many services involved in this project, right? And it is a tourist attraction itself, okay? But the impact of this place, as it is going to attract people to the tourist destination, this is going to be a benefit for the other tourist providers. That is why this kind of tourist attraction is important. Let's see some characteristics of the theme parks. The first characteristic is diversity of attractions. As I mentioned, in a theme park you can find different kind of entertainment. If you don't like rides, if you don't like adrenaline experiences or that kind of things, there are other attractions which are dedicated to the people who don't like these kind of things, right? Inside there are other services like restaurants, like hotels in some cases, like bars or discotheques or nightclubs in some other cases, right? And in some cases there are travel agencies inside the theme parks. Okay? Well, thematic identity. What is a thematic identity? Okay? You need a thematic. That's why they are called theme parks. What does that mean? It means that once you are there, you feel like you are in a different reality. You are in a different world. For example, think and imagine Walt Disney, right? Walt Disney. What is the theme? What is the thematic? The thematic of this theme park, it's the Walt Disney characters, right? So once you are there, once you are in this kind of parks, you feel like you were a child, right? And that feeling, right, is based on the thematic experience that is giving to you. Or think, for example, in the Six Flags. What's the thematic of the Six Flags. The thematic of Six Flags is the Warner Bros. Characters, like the DC comic superheroes, like the Looney Tunes, like Tiny Toons, like these kind of characters. So once you are there, you feel like you are immersed in a different world. If you enter to a ride, to the different attractions that there are inside, you feel like you are inside this world. Even if you are in a restaurant, the decorations and maybe the names of the dishes, they have the same thematic. So this is going to make you feel apart from your daily routine, apart from your normal life. That's why the thematic identity is important. The third one is the environmental entertainment. Environmental is not exactly about the environment, about the nature, but about the atmosphere that is created around this theme park, which is created by the theme, by the thematic, of course. Architectural environment, cultural, folkloric, and gastronomic manifestations. Remember that everything could be a cultural interchange, a cultural experience. So imagine a place, right, which allows a lot of people to be together, right? This is already a cultural interchange. But now, if they offer cultural shows or something that comes from a different culture, it's something that is going to enrich your own culture, right? There are different kind of theme parks, so in some of them we can find nature attractions, natural attractions. In some of them you can find maybe something related to the future or to the technology or to the movies, right? Okay, location and equipment, right? Location and equipment, I mean, to place or to build a theme park, you need a big area because it needs the big areas to distribute all the services and all the attractions that they have, and obviously all kind of equipment. What kind of equipment? Just imagine the rides. I mean, the roller coasters, or if they have a zip line, or depending the kind of theme park that it is. Okay, they need equipment and they need installations. They need infrastructure. They need a lot of things to operate these attractions. Okay. Finally, it is environmental and product quality, right? As this service, they need to take care of the quality. What is the quality? The quality is the impression that you have of a product or service according to the expectations that you have. So they take care a lot of these kind of sensation, of these kind of experiences, because this is what is going to make the people to go back to the theme park. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the classification of the theme parks. Okay? Well, there are different kind of classifications because we can classify a theme park according to different characteristics. For example, according to the size, this is the classification. Okay, good. Mega parks, continental, international, and national. What is a mega park? It's a park that the name says it's huge, right? But also we have continental, international, and national. According to the importance, according to the relevance, or how famous this park is, it is going to be the size. For example, it's not the same to have, for example, a park that is national, right? That the one that is continental or international. What is the difference between continental and international? For example, a continental can be maybe a park a theme park which is present in all America, maybe United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, right? And international is the one that you can find all over the world, like Walt Disney. That's why those parks are huge, okay? Because they are famous, they have like a standard of quality, and they need to reach more and more public, more and more people, right, to attend to these parks. And obviously a national, according to the resources, right, they are smaller than the others, okay? Well, the other classification is this. According to the nature, it could be relation to childhood, relation to history, linked to the world of fictions and non-child dreams, linked to nature and new technologies. For example, a regression to child park could be Walt Disney or Sesame Street theme parks, right? Because when you are in this kind of, there is one in Monterrey, I think. Yeah, there is one in Monterrey. It says Sesame Street theme park is what in Spanish we know as Plaza Sésamo, right? Once you are in these parks, you feel like you were a 5 years, 10 years old child. That's the sensation that it produces to you. Regression to history. In these parts, the thematic is related to the history, to ancient times, to other eras, to other ages. Maybe there are parts which thematic is based on the Middle Age, right? And you can see the people in horses with swords, you know, like these knights fighting with each other to save the princess, or fighting with dragons, that kind of things, right? Linked to the world of fictions and non-child dreams, something that it is unreal, right? Like surrealistic or non-realistic theme parks. When you are there, once you are there, and you feel like the reality is completely different, right? Linked to the nature and new technologies. Linked to the nature, for example, like Xcaret. In Xcaret, it is a theme park that is related to the not just the nature but to the culture, and but it is it remarks, right, or try to make people conscious about not just make the people conscious about the take care of the nature, but it remarks the beauty of the nature. If you go to these parks, you can see that all the activities are related to the nature, right? Even the cultural ones, because they are in a natural environment, okay? And they have a lot of activities of adventure tourism, yep. And new technologies, well, these kind of parks which the thematic is related to the technology and maybe new devices, or to think that you are in the future or something like that, right? Well, and but now we're going to see the classification of the amusement parks. Classification of amusement parks. First, traditional and small temporary attractions. The first, as the local fairs that we know, all of we know, here in Mexico, they have these kind of rides and attractions, and some of them have performances, but they are temporary and they last since 1 week to 1 month, or a little bit more, but they are not stationary. They are family entertainment centers. These are indoor parks open all year long. Closed from urban centers, they are focused on attract families. Some of them are located in malls. Like, for example, in Costa Rica, we have one in Hyper Pizza. Attraction parks. Traditional attraction with some simulators. These parks are mostly permanent and big. These are normal amusement parks, like for example La Feria de Chapultepec. which is like a theme park, but it doesn't have a specific thematic. Traditional theme parks, traditional attractions adapted to the theme, storytelling, attractions, performances, thematic environment, even the staff is characterized, itinerant theatrical shows or permanent ones inside the park, parades. These parks are big with restaurant service and well developed stores inside. Like for example, Six Flags. Six Flags, it's a theme park. It's a place where you can spend one day. You can stay there. Okay. I pointed out this difference because now we're going to talk about the resorts. The resort theme parks. They are theme parks with many kind of attractions. Land attractions, some water park activities, last generation attractions, etc. They have leisure activities like nightclubs, thematic hotels, etc. What is the difference? What is a resort? If we mention a resort, doesn't matter if it is a hotel or it is a theme park. A resort is a place which offer all the services inside, and it is not necessary for the visitors to get out. For example, in this case, the resort theme park, it has inside a hotel and it has leisure activities or entertainment activities at night, right? This makes possible the people to spend not just 1 or 2 days. It could be a week or more inside, and they don't need to go outside because they have everything that it is needed inside the theme park. Well, there is other classification that it's according to the theme, right? According to the thematic, and it is this. Movies and cartoon characters, adventure and exotic places, historical, scientific, the world of the image and communications, and water parks. Water parks could be um, not exactly, the water parks could be theme parks or amusement parks. So we're going to see the difference of theme park and amusement park. The only difference that exists between an amusement park and a theme park is the thematic. You can have an amusement park where you have rides and you have restaurants and you have different attractions and you have performances inside, but you don't have a thematic, a specific thematic. I mean, you don't have a topic which involves all the park, right? But if you have a thematic which is related to all the park and everything, I mean, all the infrastructure, all the equipment, all the services, all the environment, all the everything inside the park is related to that thematic. That is a theme park. Well, finally, we are going to talk about the motivation and the motivators. What is the motivation? The motivation is everything that makes you to do something. It's something that encourages you to do something. Okay? The concept says that the attractions are developed and aim to attract customers, give them to publicize the park, and introduce their visit. It is important for directors of attractions to understand why people would want to visit and to develop products that meet the demands, desires, and needs of the customer. Exactly. Motivation is everything that is going to push you, is going to encourage you to do something, or to acquire something, or to buy something, right? That's why it is important to be known by the um, for example, by the providers, right? The service providers, and if you want to sell a product, right, or to create a new product, you need to know what are the motivations of the people, and you need to motivate the people to buy it or to get your product. Okay, basically that this is the motivation. Okay, and what is a motivator? Well, I'm going to put the slides right here, but I'm going to read them to you first. Motivators. Motivators are the factors that make people want to visit an attraction. They can vary from person to person and are different according to the attraction. To recognize them, it is necessary to rationally analyze the behavior of visitors. What it is necessary to know the behavior of visitors, because this way you are going to know their likes and their dislikes. And it's information that is important to be known, because it's going to help you, or to help the providers or the directors of a theme park of a specific product to motivate the people to get the product, to know what they want, to know their preferences. This way you can attack by the publicity, by the marketing strategies. You can go directly to what the people want, and as a result they are going to get your service and or to buy your product. Okay, those are the motivators that are important to be known by the service providers or the directors, okay, of products and services, or companies, or tourist companies. Okay, well, it says that a study carried out in 2001 revealed the following motivators. These were the motivators in that year that made the people to go to theme parks. Where were those motivators? Escape from the daily routine is what I mentioned before, right? They want to go to a theme park because they want to feel very different than in the normal life, to have a better appreciation of nature according to the kind of theme park, but they want to have, or they want to be in touch with a different element. And finally, rest and relaxation. Okay, good. Well, that's it for today, guys. So have a nice week. Remember, you have homework in the classroom platform. Just do it. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me. If you have a comment, leave it here in the video, and it's going to be taken as a participation. Let's go, guys.